What's up, YouTube fam? This is your girl, Mrs. Tony Two Times, and we back with another video. Let's hear from tonight's sponsor, and then we'll jump right into it. This video is brought to you by Cool Green Clothing.
What's up, kings and queens? It's your girl, Shiand Moore. As always, we give thanks for another day, you dig? So as the CEO and founder of Motivational More, we take pride in working with incredible creative entrepreneurs. And today, we are shooting a campaign for Cool Green Clothing, founded by the one and only AC Green. So the vibrational energy of this line is all about street vibes, a growth mindset, hustle. So today, we are highlighting this, guys, the Baltimore Cool Green Snapback. How cute is this? Look at this. So we're going to have so much fun on the shoot. And I'm telling you, follow Cool Green Clothing. It's so important for us to support our entrepreneurs. There's so much talent in Baltimore. And as a creative entrepreneur myself, I know how hard it is. And I love to see just people going out there and going for their dreams. So let's get it. Bless up.
Hey fam, I hope this video finds you well. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Baltimore Way. Shout out to all of our day ones and our newest Two Times family. Thank you all so much for your support, encouraging words, and constructive criticism. Whether you agree or disagree, thank you for the time you spend watching our videos. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I invite you to join the Two Times family. Tap that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to get notified of all uploads. Be sure to like this video if you're rocking with the content, comment down below and share your thoughts. Of course, always keeping it respectful. Feel free to share this video. Make sure you watch until the end to hear the full story. In this episode, we will be talking about a young pregnant mother and her daughter who lost their lives senselessly, possibly by the father of her unborn child. Let's get right into it. During the summer of 2020, Shiand Miller was a 23-year-old mother of one to a daughter named Shania, and was expecting her second child, a boy, with 24-year-old Devon Sample, who she was romantically involved with, according to reports. Shiand was 8 months pregnant. She worked at a Pikesville nursing home, according to her mother. Shiand's 3-year-old daughter was going to start pre-K soon, and her family was preparing to throw her a baby shower. Shiand's mother described her as a peaceful, happy person. On Friday, June 19, 2020, a resident of the Westgate neighborhood in southwest Baltimore left her home around 8:45 a.m. She noticed a gray Subaru sedan parked in the 200 block of Boswell with the windows down. The resident said she pulled up alongside the car and saw a woman who appeared to be asleep. She left and returned later to see the car and the woman still there. So she pulled up on the car again and blew her car horn and got no response. She proceeded to lean in towards the woman, calling out, "Miss, miss, miss." The woman remained unresponsive. At that point, she said she knew something was wrong and called 911. When emergency response vehicles arrived at the scene, they discovered that the woman was wounded. A more startling discovery was a wounded toddler in the backseat of the car. Both had suffered from fatal gunshot wounds and were pronounced dead at the scene. The woman who discovered the body did not know that the little girl was in the car also. As detectives arrived at the scene, they identified the deceased woman as 23-year-old Shiand Miller and the little girl as her daughter, 3-year-old Shania Gilmore. As police canvassed the area, they found two 9mm shell casings next to the driver's side door of Shiand's Subaru. An additional cartridge casing was located on the rear seat of the vehicle next to young Shania's foot, reports say. A neighbor in the Westgate community said they heard shots overnight on Thursday, but they did not investigate or call 911. They felt terrible about the bad series of events, but said unfortunately they feel their attempts would not have changed what had already happened. The incident was unnerving for the tight-knit community. The victims' family were stunned by their devastating loss. They gathered outside their homes to remember and mourn Shiand and Shania. Shiand's mother said that their daughter wanted peace. She wanted to be loved. She wanted everyone to love her. Her mother cannot imagine who would want to do anything to her. Her 3-year-old granddaughter would have been starting preschool soon, and she was excited about the arrival of her grandson. But now, their bright future was overshadowed with grief. Shiand's mother and family members pleaded with investigators to find the person who took their loved ones' lives. As the investigation continued, detectives came across surveillance cameras in the area of the crime scene. According to the police report, the recovered footage from Thursday, June 18, 2020, showed that at approximately 10:59 p.m., two vehicles, Shiand's Subaru and a black BMW SUV, were driving southbound in the 200 block of Boswell Avenue. The black SUV is seen pulling into the block, followed by Shiand Miller's Subaru. Shiand's gray Subaru Legacy is seen pulling on the side of the road. The occupant of the black BMW X6 exits the car and stands at the driver's side, then over to the passenger's side, and repeats it again. The footage shows a first muzzle flash at 11:06 p.m. and then a second and third muzzle flash at 11:07 within seconds of each other. Then the occupant of the black BMW gets back into the SUV, leaves, and heads southbound towards Frederick Avenue, while Shiand's car stayed at the scene. The gunshots heard seemed to be consistent with residents' testimony. Now, detectives had to find out who the black BMW SUV belonged to, who was driving it, and a motive to the horrendous crime. Officers found out that the BMW SUV was registered to none other than Devon Sample, Shiand's unborn child's father. They went to the Melbourne Road address where the car was registered to locate and speak to Devon. Upon arrival, Devon's grandmother answered the door. According to police reports, when police asked her where Mr. Sample was, she said he wasn't home. His grandmother also told police that Shiand and her daughter Shania were at the home the evening of June 18, 2020 at around 7:00 p.m. Officers then told her that a search warrant was pending. That's when she told officers that Devon was on the second floor of the house. Devon Sample was detained by police and transported to the police department to be interviewed in relation to the incident. While at Devon's residence, police say they noticed his black BMW SUV parked in the block in close proximity to his residence. According to the police report, Devon was read his Miranda rights. He waived his rights and agreed to speak to detectives. When Devon was interviewed by officers, he initially denied being present at the scene. According to reports, when confronted with the video footage showing the fact that his car was seen in the area of the crime scene, he admitted to driving the black BMW on the date and time of the incident. Reports also say that he told officers he was parked in front of Shiand's car, entered into the front passenger seat with Shiand in the front driver's seat and young Shania in the back seat, which officers say corroborates the video footage recovered as well as physical evidence recovered from the scene. However, the police reports say that Devon claimed he got into his car, left the area, and never saw the victims again. Devon's sample remained held at the Baltimore Central Booking and Intake Center until his bail hearing. He was charged with 16 counts ranging from first-degree murder to committing a crime of violence on a pregnant person. Devon had already had a pending case in Baltimore County involving a traffic stop while driving Shiand's car a month earlier, but no other criminal record. At his bail hearing on the 22nd of June 2020, his public defender proclaimed his innocence. With the arrest, the family and friends of Shiand Miller and Shania Gilmore were relieved, although they couldn't wrap their heads around how this could have happened. Some believed there may have been tension between Shiand and Devon, but maybe not to the extent of the alleged crime. On September 27, 2021, prosecutors presented a plea to Devon requiring him to plead guilty to the indictment, offering him life without parole. Devon and his defense attorney rejected the plea offer. According to court records, his trial has been scheduled for March 21st, 2022. He is innocent until proven guilty. Rest in peace to Shiand, Shania, and her unborn son. My sincerest and deepest condolences to their families and loved ones. I hope that the past 2 years brought some type of peace and comfort to them. These senseless acts of violence against women and children seem to be at an all-time high. Femicide is on the rise, with all the news reports of women dying at the hands of men, particularly the ones they are having babies with or are in relationships with. It's really scary and sad. Our men are supposed to provide protection for us women, not dispose of us and our offspring. What could be the underlying reason for these types of fatal attractions? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Alright fam, thank you all for watching and making it until the end of this video. If you'd like, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, don't forget to set your notifications to get notified of all uploads. Thanks again for watching. This is your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 Times, and I'm out.